It's probably the last time you're gonna hear the Explorer for a good while. It's gonna take a few months, not because it's gonna be difficult or anything, but just the fact that I don't have to rush for it because I have the BMW now and do everything correctly. There's no reason to rush when I have the second car. It will be a process though, so I will stop talking and we will get started.
Don't give in to hate. That leads to the dark side.
I'm pretty much just gonna start getting everything out of the way. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drain all the coolant out, get it all out of the radiator before I start disconnecting random hoses, get the radiator out, and then we'll go from there. No, I'm stupid. One thing I forgot to do over the reservoir cap, so make sure you do that. I already got the sensors disconnected for the intake, so I'm literally just gonna undo that screw right there. A little more, and boom. They're just gonna kind of just pop it off of there just like that. There you go. Nice, cheap old intake. Oh my gosh, it's freezing. Alright, so now we're going to take off this clamp, and then we're going to take off this clamp right here as well, just to get this hose out of the way. Alright guys, so we got that hose off, finally. I just put the clamp right back on there. Now what I did was the AC line, you know, the train horn, the AC line right here was blocking the way of allowing the clamp to slide up all the way. So I pretty much just eventually dropped the clamp down over the thermostat tube here, and then I slid the hose up, and then I just took the clamp off afterwards. So I'm not going to bother showing you at this point what to really do because it's just a bunch of hoses and clamps, but I will point out what I'm going to do real quick. So there's this hose here. You're going to undo that clamp, pop it off, it goes right into the water pump, and we will have more room to get down there eventually. And then you're going to take off this little hose here. You got a flathead screw and then another one right down there, and then you just pop that hose off too, and that'll give us room to either remove the thermostat. We might not have to, but it looks like we will. We'll see. So after that one, you're going to remove the lower radiator hose, which you can see I've done right there. And then before we get to pull the radiator out, you're going to want to remove the oil and coolant lines down there. And you're going to remove this coolant line right here. And then don't forget this little hose right here. Alright, so I decided I'm going to remove the fan and the fan shroud first before I start taking out all the lines to the radiator, just because it's easier, it gives it a little more space. But I do not have a 1 7/16 wrench, which is what you need to loosen the fan pulley. Now they do sell a kit which will also keep the pulley from spinning if it's stuck on there, but I've taken this nut off so many times before that it should just pop right loose. So I'm gonna go out and see if I can find a 1 7/16 ratchet or wrench, and then we'll go from there. All that way to find out that my neighbor's garage was open, and look what I found. Went to 3 different stores, could not find a single 1 7/16 wrench anywhere. So I'm so lucky that that garage was open. And no, I did not break in, obviously. He usually leaves it unlocked for me whenever I work on the cars. So that's nice. So yeah, we're gonna get this fan off first, and then we're gonna get to those other hoses in there. Okay, so I was able to break it loose with really no issues, and now I'm able to kind of just spin it loose, just like that. Nice and simple. And then you're gonna take your 10mm socket, you're gonna come over here around the fan shroud, and right there, it's a 10. There's another one on that side. You're gonna loosen those, and then it should just pop right out of the brackets down there. And you will have to pull the fan and fan shroud out at the same time. My bad. It's a 9, because that makes so much sense. Alright, there you go. Fan and fan shroud out. So again, also, I said this was 9, which it was, and then this one was a 10. I forgot I swapped this out a long time ago, but couldn't find a 10mm. So yeah, you're gonna have 2 10mm, one here, one over there, and then you got your brackets, which are right there on both sides. So once you do that and break the fan loose, obviously you're just gonna grab it. You're gonna grab both of them, and then you just pull them out. It's really easy. You saw how easy it was for me. So yeah, we're gonna get started by disconnecting this hose right down here, and then that should be it for the radiator. All right guys, I'm under the car, and right here there's these clips. So you're gonna push the tabs in. You can kind of see them right there. I'll circle them for you because I'm using both hands to hold the phone right now. And then you're gonna push those in, and you should be able to slide the condenser right out. You want to do that before pulling out the radiator. Okay, so after you pop that tab out of place, there's 2 more tabs over here, but you don't really pop them out of place. You slide the radiator to the right while pushing the condenser to the left, which will allow the tabs to kind of slide out of place. And then with all your transmission lines in the way, you're gonna have to feed the radiator out. Get the lines out of the way. There we go.
Flat.
Yeah.
Cause it's still draining.
Look how beat it is.
We did that when we
Did the water pump.
all of that, yeah.
And there's your radiator. So next we're going to start taking out the pulley here. It's just going to be 13mm all the way around. And then once we got that pulley broken loose, we took the belt off.
You'll take those off now?
Yeah. Ah. Ooh, a bunch of dirt just went in my eyes.
I got it.
Okay.
Don't touch your eye with the gloves on.
I already have.
Don't you?
Yeah. Maybe that, and then this one after.
Yeah, we'll have to, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, that's more hoses. So yeah, we'll start with that side. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take off that 10mm there. And then, I believe these are 13s, and then there's a 14 right here.
We have a big...
Okay. Yeah, there's a spot in the trunk for it.
40 pounds, at least 40.
Wow. so that's our coolant setup right there, ignoring the intake. And then with these, just make sure you kind of keep track of where your bolts go. Also, earlier I said they were 13 and 15 or something like that, but it's actually or 14 and 16, but it's actually 13 and 18. And there you go, that's the alternator bracket. Next we're gonna start working on the power steering bracket right here. Disconnect that hose right there, get some of these lines out of the way, and then we will start removing the water pump. Still not too sure about the thermostat though, we'll figure that out later. We're gonna go ahead and start removing the power steering bracket. 18, 18, another 18 right there.
I'll let you fit it as well, the angle. Is it working?
I think so.
Maybe you already broke it loose. There it is.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're all easy.
Broken loose with the breaker bar, and now we're going to use the impact to finish it.
Okay, so in order to take off this power steering line nut, it's going to be a 3/4 wrench, but you're also going to need to take off this pulley, which is going to be some hex size. I'm not too sure yet. We're kind of going to guess at it and see what it is. Once you get that pulley off, that'll give you enough room to be able to turn this counterclockwise.
See that one
Came loose really easy. We should have left the bracket tight.
There it goes.
There you go.
There it goes.
Okay. Alright, so it ended up just being the 10 millimeters, and then just slides right over this little
Yes.
thing right there. And that's it.
There's a bolt here.
Uh-huh. That shouldn't affect that line though.
No,
the line
but
just thread into the bracket.
no, this bolt
Uh-huh.
is attached to here, but the bolt is attached to this. If we could unbolt that, maybe we can remove.
You sure? Because it's all attached to the same bracket on this side.
Oh, there's a bolt here,
Yeah.
here.
I think that's... Oh, wait, I see what you're saying.
I don't know.
Oh, if we took out those three, that whole middle section would slide out.
This,
Yeah.
and there's a bolt back here though.
Oh. So there's probably more.
But without having to take this off.
Yeah.
But is there one back there? Let's see if it'll work.
Alright, so we took out the 4 10 millimeters. We're trying to pry the block out of place.
Oh, okay, like this.
There we go. That's a whole lot of space right there. There's still fluid in there.
Yeah. See, now that's moving.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe that's meant for it to move. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. Leave it hanging.
Well,
Probably, I don't know.
there.
Okay, so we removed this 8 millimeter here and another one there. There's another one tucked under, way under here. So we're trying to get through this little gap right here with a 1/4 inch ratchet and a extension. Problem is we don't have an extension. We're trying to find something that'll work currently. But yeah, so we got this bracket out here. It was 3 10s here and then another one back here. And then we're getting this 8, 8, and then another 8 back here. The whole reservoir will come off. And then we're probably going to call it a day there and figure out what we're going to do with this condenser tomorrow.